Guys, this is going to be our Unit 7.2. This is our second set of notes in Unit 7. And we are going to be moving on to monomials times polynomials. So we are all familiar with the product rule, and I'm just going to go over it briefly if you don't remember. To multiply a monomial and a polynomial, simply distribute the monomial to the polynomial. For exponents, recall the exponent rule. So we remember back in Unit 6 that if I have x to the a times x to the b, what I'm actually doing with my exponents is I'm adding them now. So now I can combine these terms by saying x to the a plus b. Okay, and we're pretty familiar with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to distribute our x on this example to both of the terms inside the parentheses. So now I have x times x, and we know that both of these x's have a degree of 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. So now I have x squared. And then I have an x times 4, which is going to be 4x. And this is our final answer. And we know that because this is in the order with the highest degree first. If I look here, it's the same thing. I'm going to be distributing, right? So we have 5 times 3 is 15. M times m, well, we're going to be adding the exponents. Now I have m to the 5th. And then 5 times negative m, so now I have negative 5. And then I'm going to add my m, so now I have m to the 4th. And then we're going to distribute the last one, which is 5 times negative 7, which is negative 35. And there's no m here, so this m to the 3rd stays the same. And we can check and make sure that everything is in order. We can see we have the degree of 5, then 4, then 3. So we're good there. And we also can look at the variables and see that all of them have a variable of m, so we don't have to worry about the alphabetical order rule. Let's look at number 15, and we're going to follow the same rules, except here we can see that we have an extra step where we're probably going to have to combine some like terms. So let's start with this 2x times this negative 2x times this 3x. So negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. Then I'm going to add the exponents of my variables. So this is actually going to be x squared, excuse me. And then we have negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8. And then we're going to keep the variable x since there is no other variable to add it to. And since we went ahead and distributed, now we can just bring down our 7x. Then we're going to combine our like terms. So now I'm going to bring down my negative 6x squared. And 8 plus 7 is 13. I'm sorry, 15. And bring down that x. Since I'm not multiplying the 8x and the 7x, this is just going to stay x, right? We're not going to add the exponents of these x's. All right, let's do number 16. Go ahead and distribute that 5w. So now I have negative 35w squared plus 15w. Then we're going to distribute this one. So I have a negative 26w and positive 18w cubed. Okay, notice that they added this on the back end. Be careful to watch out with those exponents, right? We need to add that 2 and that 1, which makes that 3. Go ahead and combine your like terms. Well, the only thing we need to combine are these two middle terms here. Everything else has a different degree. So we have 15 minus 26, which is going to be negative 9w. And then I'm going to order my exponents from greatest to smallest. So this has the power of 3. So this is going to be first. I have 18w cubed. And then this is the power of 2. So I'm going to minus 5w squared. And this is going to be our final answer.